Hi, welcome to the YouTube channel. I'm going to paint with watercolors, and I'm going to use some masking tape. Any type of size or thickness is fine. And then what you can do is you can tear it or cut it with scissors and place it down on your watercolor paper. It can also get taped down to your table as you're making it anywhere, placing it anywhere with different sections. If it does get taped down to the table, just know that you'll have to wait for it to dry because it might have so many puddles that it can't lift up. Alright, so this is Oil Pastels, this is white, I drew some spirals, then I did some other colors just because I thought it would look fun and cool, but you can do whatever you want. You can choose whatever colors, oil pastels you want, and just make it kind of a design. So, the first thing I'm going to do is going to add a ton of water, and I mean a lot of water, in one section. I'm just going to work one section at a time. So after you've loaded it up with lots of water, you're going to load your brush with color. See, I twirl my brush. Then I'm going to touch down on the puddle of water. So just lightly touch it. I'm not kind of separating my paint as best as I can. Clean my brush. I'm going to load it up with yellow, and I'm going to try to find, I had to clean it with a paper towel because it got kind of green. And then touch down and just find areas where you have not put the blue. You want to add the yellow where the white is and let it merge on the paper. It's really kind of cool to watch, I think. This is called Wet into Wet, and you're just taking the paint and you're just touching the paper. You're not stroking, you're not blending. And now with a clean brush, I'm just lifting up the paint because I wanted to show my spiral. And so I can erase just by taking a clean brush and lifting it up. And this is using watercolor paper. Let's add some more paint. Great, let's do this section here. And in this section, I'm going to do a gradation where I put a lot of blue, load it up, and then drag it down. So clean my brush, dry it, and drag it down, and then repeat. And that's a light to dark version of the blue. I lift it up with the brush for my spiral, and when I did that, I need to add some more dark blue in the corners. So this is a gradation. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some yellow and just start to add a section. You can do whatever you want in each section. This is called finding your lights, which means you have the tape down as well as the oil pastels down first, and you're keeping your lights before you paint. So have some fun with this. This should just be an exploration for watercolors. So I'm going to add another color and then lift it up. Great, let's add some more water. So this is called Wet into Wet. It's a technique where you have the paint merge in the water, and it travels in the water, and it moves in the water, and then it also merges with the different colors. So I think it's a very, very cool technique, Wet into Wet, and you really don't stroke it together, you let it kind of flow together. And if it's not working, see how I'm just kind of adding some colors into it like that, not really stroking too much, then you just take some water and you just tap on it, and that should help it start to flow back again. So it's gonna get a lot of water, just let it do its thing and then revisit it later on. So keep going, let's have some fun with this, add some paint however you want. I've kind of changed some things as I decided to do it. I'll be right back with the oil pastels. Okay, so you really need to make sure that this is fully dry. You can use a hairdryer to dry it if you don't want to wait. And then you just carefully lift up the tape. It will make some mistakes. It's not going to be a perfect edge. Sometimes it is. It's very unpredictable in my opinion as to how to make that perfect edge. But the main thing is that you let it fully dry. If it's not fully dry, it will kind of change and get onto that white section there. So I decided to use oil pastels and just kind of start to get creative with them. I really have no rhyme or reason what I started to do. I thought, okay, I think I should add some oil pastels, and I stayed with the colors that I originally chose, which was yellow, white, and blue. And then I also thought, well, you know, I should just re-outline this section, and I had some fun with it. So this is called Finding Your Lights. We did a gradation, we did wet into wet, and now we're blending with oil pastels. So thank you so much for tuning in, liking, and subscribing to my YouTube channel.